Hi, beautiful Gemmy Gems. Welcome back, everybody. I hope you're doing fabulous, Gemini. Thank you for your generosity. Thank you guys so much for your likes, your comments, and your subscriptions. It's deeply appreciated, know that, which is one of the reasons I do your reads every day. Guys, update for the Infinite Energy Oracle deck giveaway that's coming up hopefully within the next 2 days. I'm leaving it to 2 days. It could be today, but I will certainly announce it as soon as I get the information that I need. I will relay it to you via video or on my community page. I will be announcing the winners, guys. So it's not too late to enter the draw. All you need to do is be a subscriber and your name will automatically be generated into that draw. Let's find out what your totem animals. These are divine animals here, Gemini. Ooh. Gemini energy. What is the message you would like Gemini to be aware of? Bull. Snow leopard. Owl. The goat. Hey? So I do know the snow leopard, most people say a leopard never changes his spots. But in divine oracles, this snow leopard is the only creature that exists in the higher elevations. They are found in the Himalayas, the high Asian countries, Mongolia, Russia. They ward off evil, is what the snow leopards do in the spiritual realm. They ward off evil. And so do the goats. They climb high elevations and they can see their enemies coming. They have the power and the stamina to climb high up on the mountains. So is the owl. So let's find out, Gemini. Let's read the goat. I love their interpretations in this book. The goat, reliability. Is your word reliable? Can you be counted upon? Make your way successfully step by step, steady as she goes. Nourish yourself. We should climb mountains, not carry mountains. That's the message. We're meant to climb mountains, not to carry them. The magic of the goat, and specifically the magic of Thor's mountain goats, is one of reliability and sure-footedness. Goats are remarkably athletic and agile. On mountainsides and difficult terrain, they are robust creatures able to withstand the cold or rough environments and are available to all people, rich or poor. Call upon the goat energy when you need stability and balance and in a precarious situation, or when you need nourishment after a period of scarcity. Let's find out what the bull is representing here. Sacrifice. All worthwhile things mean we must sacrifice something. Martyrdom rarely is a good choice. It is good to trust your tribe. Have faith that all will be well. Reciprocity and offering to something bigger than you is a powerful act. All worthwhile things mean we must sacrifice martyrdom. Is someone around you being a martyr? Are you being a martyr? Are you carrying the burdens, or is someone around you carrying the burdens that aren't theirs to carry? Owl. Is wisdom. Open your eyes and see what is really there. Look for the whole truth, as you may only be seeing a part of the whole. Through experience, we can gain the wisdom to not make the same mistakes again. Develop your learning and intelligence, as education is never wasted. Negotiation is better than attack. The magic of owl is an ancient practice. The energy is used in cultures as diverse as ancient Greece and Roman to Northern Europe and First Nations of the Americas. Use owl magic when you seek wisdom in a situation and perhaps you are not seeing the whole truth and wish to do so. Owl magic is helpful when you cannot make a decision or when you need to take a rational view of an emotionally charged situation. So definitely, Gemini, here the energies are that in order to get something, you have to give up something. In order to have anything, it's about sacrifice. And using and embracing the wisdom, it's like, is there something that you're not seeing? And having the courage to be sure-footed, keep ascending, keep going up that mountain and call on these energies to help you with your footing, help you with nourishing yourself. Definitely someone is carrying a burden that is not theirs meant to carry. Someone is being a martyr. Either you're feeling like you got to carry this whole load, or the person around you, the person on your mind, might be feeling like, you carry that load and these are a lot of battles here. Is there something we're not seeing? Is there something that we don't want to give up, but it is required to give something up? You cannot assess and climb the mountain with, it's too harsh of a climb. A bull cannot climb a mountain, but a goat can. A leopard can. And a owl can fly over it, but a bull cannot. They're not sure-footed enough to make the ascension. Something has got to give. The snow leopard protects us when we're on that mountain from evil spirits and evil forces. You find the snow leopard up in the Himalayas, and the monks in the Himalayas have come to trust the snow leopard. that it will keep away evil spirits because it's rarely seen. It's scarcely seen. It's a rare breed of cat. It's almost in existence. It's almost extinct, which is why it has learned to hide. New beginnings. In order to get something, we have to give up something. The path. Growth and inspiration leads us to our destination. You know, like I said, you can't be the goat by carrying that bull energy. It's too heavy of a load. It cannot ascend the mountain peaks carrying that load. Somebody is being a martyr. I don't know. The Universal Mother is here. Someone's being bound. They don't want to give something up. And in order to get something, you got to give something up. Some truth has to be seen. What is it that we're not seeing? Why does someone feel bound? They're not bound. They can free themselves at any time. But they need to give something up. There's got to be a sacrifice made. Because the load is too heavy to carry. The burden is too heavy to carry to ascend. Gemini. Someone's like desperately holding on to something, staying in a sense of feeling bound. The load is becoming overwhelming, and we're meant to ascend. We're meant to climb that mountain, trusting that all will be well. But someone says, I can't. I'm stuck. Hot and cold, mixed signals. A cloudy space between hot and cold. Is there a way of telling you that they're not totally sure if they're into you or not? Is there something we're not seeing? Or are we being a martyr, staying in a situation that we really don't want to be in? Choices. There's a choice that someone has to make, and they know that time is not on their side, and they know that they run the risk of losing you forever if they don't. What's going on? This could be a twin flame. What's the problem? Someone has stepped into their higher power, taking action. They're not going to miss their mark. Even though it's toxic, even though there's been betrayal, no fairy tale ending. Somebody's got to give something up. It's got to sacrifice some toxic situation. Oh boy, music brings them closer to you. Oh Jesus. Well, tell you what, they got to give up. They're holding on to someone very toxic. There is no fairy tale ending there. Someone is fooling themselves. There's a rival here who has interfered in a twin flame union. They don't really want to be with this rival, but they feel bound. They're carrying a heavy burden. Divine intervention is here. Someone is experiencing many tower moments in their life. That's a sign, that's a clue. Something's got to go. You know, don't protect it. Is it worth protecting? Someone is divinely protected. They are the goat. They are the snow leopard. They're very spiritual. They're on a spiritual journey. And divine intervention is here, shedding a light on the rival, shedding a light on the toxicity, shining the light on the betrayal, shining the light. This is not a fairy tale ending. Like I said, it's exhausting. Someone can't figure out why they feel so exhausted. Can't figure out why can't there be a fairy tale ending here? I don't know, because it's toxic and somebody's got to sacrifice here. So this is like, if nobody's willing to sacrifice, nobody's going to be the goat. You know, a goat travels lightly, doesn't have anything on its back, is sure-footed, can maneuver its way through, climbing higher, using wisdom. Somebody, oh Jesus, see? Dealt a bad hand. They feel like they're never going to see what the connection could have been. Because they're holding on to something out of martyrdom. Being a martyr. You know, in the cold, we ascend. Being sure-footed, taking aim. So they dealt their twin flame a bad hand, betraying them for a rival, sacrificed them for a rival. Unexpected. The answers you seek are coming. But when the answers arrive, it may be too late. Or you have already moved on. They're hopeful. They've been a martyr. They're being haunted because they know the divine truth. They're all coming apart. Maybe it's because of children. The biggest regret this person ever made was losing their twin. they're watching. Trying to get clues to how to approach their twin. So obviously you're in separation because of a rival, and there might be children involved, and now this person is being haunted. It's like they sacrificed their twin flame for a rival, dealt their twin flame a bad hand. It's like their twin said, I'm not going to be in competition with anybody. I'm going to ascend. Somebody is not seeing the truth. They're in a situation where they're sacrificing their own happiness and their own selves because there's children involved. That's very selfish. It's not noble. It's not heroic. It's not the goat. It's not the snow leopard. It's not the owl. It's the bull. Carrying a heavy load of something that isn't theirs to carry. Maybe it's a financial situation, sexual situation. Yeah. Breadcrumbing their soulmate to have sex with a rival. And now it's looking as if there's children involved. And now they're being a martyr. Oh, I've got this heavy burden to carry. Oh, I can't. I'm stuck in a situation. What's this person, woe begotten, feels like they're carrying a life sentence. No. All they gotta do is pay child support and free themselves. They should have protected their soulmate. And now they said, angry, frustrated, resentment is building. They're going through tower after tower after tower after tower. And Spirit keeps handling them another pile. You want to be a bull? I'll load you down. What is it you're not seeing? They're angry because they thought this was going to be a friends with benefits situation. And now they're sitting here with 10 wands. The bull. Weighted down. Martyrism. This person's a martyr. No one asked them to be a sacrificial lamb. What is it that they're not seeing? What is it that they need to give up? I'll tell you what. This is a karmic situation. It's a third party. They chose a rival, thinking it was going to be a one-night stand or a friends with benefit situation. Juggling. They got to give something. What do I do? What do I do? Well, what they did do is leave their twin out in the cold. Maybe part of their karma is losing all their money, going broke, sicknesses, juggling finances. I don't know. They got to give something up. They're being heavily burdened because they're going through a tower after tower to make them see, not to harm them. to make them see. There's a golden opportunity here. This is someone single. This is someone confident, sure-footed, entrepreneur. Good on their own, not codependent, being blessed. Torn between two lovers. They need to separate. They need to heal. They need to leave the karmic out in the cold. This is an angel. This is balance. This is someone patient, temperate. They need to walk away. Ooh, well, they're being blessed for doing so. That's the goat. You know, this is a money maker here. Look at this. 9, 10, and Ace of Pentacles. They are the goat. They were sacrificed. The story behind the orca is really cool. The story behind the orca whale is about Zelda, or as an Inuit maiden whose father wanted riches. And they poisoned their own daughter and gave their daughter to some person that they didn't want to marry. And when she awoke to the home of her new husband that her father had arranged to marry. She did not love this person. She cried so loud that her father tried to come back and get her. And when her father came to get her, then the husband waged war on the father and sent creatures after them to stop the father from rescuing the daughter. Well, what had ended up happening, the father had to make a sacrifice. They sacrificed their daughter by cutting her fingers off and letting her drown, fall down to the depths of the abyss. She grew a tail. Turned out to be the strongest creature in all of the ocean. This is an Inuit belief, fairy tale, folklore. This is a Newfoundland folklore. In this case, this twin flame sacrificed their twin and let them fall into the abyss. And they have rose up like the goat. That's the goat. That's the highest you can get, man. Look, 10 with endless opportunities. There's no limit. There's no stopping this one. They hurt an earth angel. That's who they were. And they sacrificed this beloved being. This is Norsemen believe this. The Norse gods believe this story. The Inuits, the Newfoundlanders, the East Coasters, the certain countries sacrificed one of their own. They did not know. This person was so worried about how they were going to feed their village that they had to free themselves. They were a great hunter. I've got to free this one, or the whole village will perish. Little did they know that this sacrifice, who they sacrificed, was the goat, was the orca, was the snow leopard. And has enough money to feed an entire village, if not more. Maybe many villages. They became the provider for the village. They are the provider for the village. And this is a feminine energy. Who is the goat? And there is this man in the boat alone after being under attack by all the hunters who were trying to destroy this feminine energy. The feminine energy was submersed in the ocean and came back with a tail. Her arms and the fingers that were cut off her hands from the boat, she grew dolphins, she grew fish, she grew mammals from the sea that the villagers fed off for generations. That's what this person did. They're a hero. Thought they could control the situation by believing that this person was dead. The person wasn't dead. They transformed. They emerged from the ocean with two legs. But they didn't trust. They wanted to control. And now they're being haunted to death because they sacrificed and betrayed the very person who is the provider for the village. Trapped. Tried to bound her, tried to tie her up, send her away to a stranger, manipulate someone who is loving, kind, unconditional love. Emerged out of the water naked and made complete whole. Well, this person snuck away. Thinking, I better push them away. There's too much work to be done. And settled for something they thought was going to be less work. Pushed away the very person who turned out to be the Empress. pushed them away, which is why they experience so many towers in their life, because of the sacrifice that they made. They made the wrong sacrifice. This was the person who was then turned out to be, they didn't know it at the time, this turned out to be the Empress, the ruler of the village, the goat of the village. What the heck? No, no, no. This one used the wisdom and the knowledge that the star people taught them, that the owl taught them, that the cat taught them, that the goat taught them. And this person figured it was the right thing to do, to keep themselves trapped in a situation. They sacrificed their own happiness. And now they wait for their karma, for hurting their divine counterpart. They spy. They look the other way, like a fool, remembering every word that was spoke, and fear because they have been greedy. I told you. And then they look and they see the wisdom in all of this. They see that this person emerged from the water with a tail. They didn't die. They survived. And now they mourn for the lies that they told to the people back home. They were cowardly. They chose the actions of a coward. They made the wrong choice. And now it haunts them. And now divine intervention takes over. Because as what a painful story that was, the wisdom in it was that this empress, this high priestess, has gained all the knowledge of the sea creatures, of the land creatures, the air creatures, and can hunt and provide for an entire community with the wealth that they have acquired, the knowledge they have acquired. And they stay bound. It's too funny. It's too ironic. They can sacrifice their twin, the person who was the provider of the community. They didn't know it at the time, to save a child of a karmic. When this Empress would have had the ability to save the entire community, they sacrificed their twin flame for a karmic. Feeling like a martyr, that they made a sacrifice? Is there something they're not seeing? What they're not seeing is they have become the martyr. The great hunter who thought that they had to look out for maybe a son by sacrificing the daughter of the universe, the great mother of the universe, the midwife of the universe, those who give birth to important assignments such as saving the entire village and community, while they lose all their money, tower after tower, haunted by what they did, the sacrifice they made. They did not. They came back in that boat and they said, what happened to your daughter? I chopped her fingers off and threw her into the abyss. I don't think that's what they told the village. I think they told the village that they were under attack and their daughter perished. They didn't say the truth. That's why they're haunted. This person became the goat, and all this person has to do is free themselves of that guilt. Make amends. It's funny how people do that. That is what they're failing to see. The truth. There's a lot of wisdom behind this story. This is someone who has reached the highest peaks of spirituality. Take care.